Hi everyone, welcome to the Cast.ai. I'm your host Vithushan Sylvester and here co-host Deshan joining with me. So today we are going to talk about something interesting, CRM. So we know CRMs has been playing the crucial role in the industry, whereas across the board, it's an industry agnostic tool, and it has been widely used by the sales and marketing team across various organizations. So what we are gonna primarily discuss today is the involvement and the influence of generative AI in particular to the CRM. AI has been playing a major role for a long time in the CRM, but after the generative AI boom in 2022, with the large language models coming into the picture, it has changed the world of CRM to another level. So that's what we are going to discuss. So I myself have worked with CRMs for a couple of years during the beginning of my career, but I got Deshan, who is very experienced developer who has working with various CRM platforms and having more experience on the CRM. So let's see what we got today. Hey Desha.
Hello everyone. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you think? First of all, before we start, Deshan, I mean, we was just discussing about starting a podcast last week, and here we go. We are doing our first
yeah.
episode. How
Actually,
you
yeah,
feel
I'm
about it?
very happy to be a part of this. So to share the knowledge and like uh, all our opinions on this and like get to know a lot of things also. So yeah, looking forward for a great podcast.
Yeah, let's start with the topic for the day. So speaking of CRM stations, you should have seen like after the the boom in the generative AI post COVID world, like have introduced us this generative AI, and then this generative AI influenced a lot of industries, right? Like, how do you see the influence of generative AI starting from you? Could you please give us a few examples? What generative AI have done in the world of CRM?
Yeah, actually, so when we talk about generative AI, like most of the requirement is on chatbots and relevant tools like most of the customers require when to connect to a knowledge base like some kind of a their own knowledge bases and like to have chatbots integrated to their CRM platforms or like expose it to their customers
Mm-hmm. So I've been, coming across like several demonstration from these main vendors such as Salesforce, Zoho, even Creation sometime, right? So have seen this Salesforce marketing about their Einstein. So they say they call it Einstein. So what I've seen is that they had this chatbot integrated, and then what that does is that pulls off all the information across various system when they are in the customer profile regards to that customer. Likewise, I have seen so also integrating to OpenAI. And I think you should have seen more of the creative world, what's happening over there as well. But what are the features these platforms are targeting as an output from the generative AI? Is it just a chatbot? Like what from your experience, what you have seen in the market, like what these platforms are trying to do?
yeah. So when it comes to the features, like we can take it into two things. Like it's one thing is like uh, when a platform is introduced to a client, there are two things like the tools which will be used by the client itself and the tools which will be used by the client's customers like portal tools. So like I'll take an example like Creatio. They have like the chatbots are there. Other than the chatbots, they have some things called like Create Copilot, which is actually helping to build the
I have
application
heard
itself.
about that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? You mean some customization,
Yeah,
low code
so we can
customization?
give a kind of a prompt, like kind of a idea which
Oh,
we need in the application. So it tries, like it's not perfect, but it's I think it's a like it's a good start at least. So
hmm,
they will build the application stretch for you. Then on top of that, we can do the
hmm,
low
hmm,
code customization. So that is one thing which makes the developers life easier. On the other hand, for the customers, they actually mostly it's on the chatbot side, but like I have seen other companies like AWS and a lot of other cloud vendors provide this a lot of um, support on this generative AI related to like even sentiment analysis also based on, yeah.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe to the audience who are like, coming from the fresh perspective about CRM, like maybe we can put CRM into a few categories. So CRM has set of functionalities with respect to sales, marketing, studio, basically the configuration part of the CRM, like how we build the CRM to uh, have the flavor of our organizational structure and the process. So I think Deshan is talking more about the studio side of it, isn't it, Deshan? Like how we build the CRM, right? So you are telling us that, okay, by telling the CRM, okay, this is what I want to do, and that will eventually build that workflow or the business process
Yeah.
which was required by my organization, on the fly. Is it correct?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
That's crazy, because I have remember myself, I have used this BPM notation, right? I think back in 2020s, 2021, when I was working closely with these CRMs, specifically the low code aspect, the BPM notations, have gone through, days and days building a simple workflow. Although it's low code, but it just, takes a lot of time. If it takes that much of time for a developer, definitely it should be a little bit more for a business user, I think. So maybe in that aspect it would be a very good solution. But up to how good we can expect that, Deshan, like, maybe like, if I say, if I give you a business process, for example, let's say, when the when I have an opportunity registered in my CRM, let's say that opportunity rate reaches around 80% success, can I trigger a automated email to some internal procurement team to initiate the pre-sale activities? So this is, let's say, this is one of the business process I have within my organization. So can I just give this to the copilot that you are talking about, I think from Creatio, yeah?
Yeah, actually. So at the moment, we are not there yet, to build the business processes itself. But that's
Mhm.
actually the target also. So for currently, it only builds the UI and the kind of stages in the like design
Mhm.
stages. So that's
Okay, so you mean I can ask it to customize some stages of my sales
exact,
process? For example, in the opportunity, if I have a contracting at, like 80%, maybe I can bring some copilot feature to create some field out there in my contract form, to
exactly,
close that
yes.
opportunity,
For
something like
now,
that.
we have those ones, but we are actually it's
But
actually targeted the whatever the outcome you said. So the target is to let the business users to the configurations.
yeah, I get the vision. But yeah, this is like, coming from you, it's more of a developer perspective. But I think still, business user also would find it interesting, isn't it? I mean, uh, because it's a lot of hustle for them, or like if it's a lot of work for them to reach out to their support team or the developers to build something like that for them, right? Which would take weeks or days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, true, true. So this will actually like enhance the like experience of the, I mean, experience, and like the even the make it the time less spent on this configuration less for the business users itself.
Mm, that makes sense. And yeah, that's one perspective to look at it, how it helps. But on the other hand, aren't these CRM vendors are rushing to prove something also, because everywhere this generative AI is getting integrated. The startups using the term the spice generative AI on top of their product are getting more funded, getting more customer traction and things like that. Whereas this giants in the CRM world, the vendors, also rushing to integrate with this generative AI uh, to prove their ability to win the era of generative AI, more than bringing the business value itself. So there is another perspective like this, isn't it? I mean, you know, they are trying to do more marketing, like because I have seen like it's not particular to the brand, but let's say like when Salesforce introduced a Einstein in their YouTube channel, they say they actually put forward few reasons why a company should have an AI strategy. So like this, are these companies bringing some, you know, oversaturated reasoning into the market and saying that, the AI is must even in the places where it shouldn't be? I don't know whether my question makes sense. Do you get my question?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, it makes sense. Like even I agree on that actually, because like even I feel like the market is getting like, especially on the CRM aspects also, like the market is so getting a bit saturated with lot of like not unwanted but wanted. It's not critical solutions, like
Mm-hmm.
using this generative AI just to prove that they are capable of it. I think it's kind of like, yeah, it's a competition, but like it's like overly competitive on this by using this buzzword generative AI. Because like from a customer's perspective, we like when we are go to a vendor, like we search for the vendor's technical stacks, right? Technical science. So to just to have that overall technical stack and like coverage, I feel like a lot of vendors are like introducing new solutions, like finding solutions where it doesn't exist, like a problem doesn't exist even. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they are trying to address a problem which doesn't exist in the
exactly.
market yet.
And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it would be hard also, because like even all the AI solutions are not kind of like any generative AI solution is not 100% accurate. Like nothing will be like that, but it's like whatever the solution you give will enhance the experience or enhance the original flows, right? It won't take over the flows. So the investment which a client will have to do for these generative solutions and everything will be kind of like, already it will can be done like manually or anything, but we can enhance a bit using AI. So that enhancement, the
But yeah, sorry to interrupt there. When you talk about that investment bit, right? Like, it makes me question. Okay, so when you see this Copilot, conversational AI, most of these are using LLMs behind the
yeah,
scenes, if I'm not mistaken. So where are these infrastructures are related? Are these cloud? Are these the service providers, the vendors themselves provide the infrastructure, or they expect the customer to have a self-hosted infrastructure? When it comes to on-prem deployment, how that
yeah,
works?
actually, so for creation this creation Copilot, it's kind of a hosted service. So it's
Mm-hmm.
that they take the subscriptions, but like for any instance or like any subscription licenses, they get like this Copilot feature actually comes without any additional costs. But it's like hosted.
Okay.
It's not like a separate microservice or anything which is given to the customer to host by themselves. It's like a public, not public, but
Okay.
paid public.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't the customers' questions on the privacy and the concerns on the data that they have if they are like sending out? Because I've seen Salesforce and even this CR from, so I think they call it CR. I don't know how to pronounce it. Called CIA. I've seen their demonstrations. They say something, they do a masking or some sort of a technology involvement over there. I don't know what
Mhm.
level of masking they do, but they say they do. It's a proprietary algorithm, right? Like, not quite sure what's going on, but maybe like you have more visibility to the internals of a CRM as you are working with building and configuring and stretching the CRMs, right? So, what's your perspective on this? What these companies actually doing behind the scene to handle this data annotations and privacy concerns from the users?
Yeah, actually. So when it comes to I'll talk about the Creatio Copilot because I'm much fan of that. But when it comes to that, actually, I believe there is no I mean, security measures they have done mostly because like it's we are using it the Copilot to build the application, right? So there will be no data
Mm.
involvement on that, like sensor data involvement in that because we are building the structures, UI, and everything. So they
Mhm.
think they haven't not have not much thought of the customers data because no nothing will be imported to the cloud or anything. But yes, in case of these chatbots like personal knowledge bases, that those kind of integrations and connecting LLMs to those knowledge bases and having the chatbots working. So yeah, these solutions actually needs the security. um, some of the vendors have, I mean, I have seen that they have done the uh, security aspects, like you have considered about the security aspects. So they offer like different vendors offer like their services hosted in different regions and those kind of features. But I have heard like even
Do you mean like do they give a private hosting for the customer? For example, if I'm a customer for a CRM and I'm obtaining for a CRM deployment at my organization, are you meaning to say that they would have a private hosting of that LLM for me at their site, something like
uh,
that?
yes and no, because like most of the CRM platforms doesn't give that, but I have seen most of like AI based solution companies do that, like
Yeah,
very less CRM
yeah,
payment.
private.
Yeah,
Usually when we speak about LLMs are stateless. It's not going to have the full context. But I think they don't store the session, so at least they uh, segregate the
yeah,
sessions between
it
the customer deployment,
yeah,
if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So speaking about building the platforms, yeah, the studio side of the CRM, but uh, what about the marketing and the sales side of the CRM and the customer profile, like customer 360, right? Thing I have seen this automated annotations, like pulling off the information from different sources regarding the customer 360 in the customer profile. These kind of features are also
Hmm.
getting more and more popular. How much it has been evolved and how helpful it is rather than the traditional integration approach, when showing a customer 360 profile. Like how generative AI helps more than the traditional integrations and bringing all the data together in one place
Yeah,
when it
so
comes to customer profile
I'm not
360.
sure whether this is implemented actually, but there are a lot of requirements to do the, let's say an agent is on a call with a customer, right? Let When they go to the
Mm-hmm.
customer's
Mm-hmm.
profile to see their like
Mm-hmm.
from the data, like the historical conversational data with the customer, to have kind of an understanding on their mood or kind of understanding on their uh, thought processes at the moment. Not exactly thought process, but how the conversation was going on, that kind of insights.
You mean, let's say I'm having a call with the existing customer, and that customer has been talking about inquiring a detail about the recently new product from our side. Um, from that, an AI bot or a generative AI agent can suggest the uh, user of the CRM to create a lead for that customer, something like that, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and those kind of ones, and like based on those previous data, kind of suggest new next actions to be taken by the agents. This was kind of a very interesting feature most of the customers require. The requirement like for upselling and the cross-selling features. So let's say a customer goes to a product like a kind of a, let's say in a banking or like a lending approach, like they have gone for a loan. In that case we can cross-sell another product also for this customer based on their historical conversations. So that,
Hmm.
yeah.
Upselling, cross selling. So they do the recommendation. Yeah, that's interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And also, haven't these platforms, you know, doing lookups on the data using a chatbot as well? Say, for example, when the customer service manager is in call with the customer, and he or she opened the customer profile pulled off from their CRM. Don't they have a chat window, something like that? Because I have seen this in many demonstration. I myself haven't used, I don't have a first hand experience, but I have seen this people having a chat interface where they can ask information about their customers. Are these kind of features in production ready CRMs today?
uh, Honestly speaking, I also haven't seen it ready in for production, but I have seen a lot of implementations like trying to get there, and also
Hmm.
kind of
You
generate.
mean like plugins? You mean like
Yeah,
plugins for the
a
CRMs?
lot of people trying to get sort of those plugins. So just, yeah, and also
Connectors and
not
mm,
only
mm,
that,
mm, mm,
generative analytics, like to generate kind of a charts,
mm.
diagrams, and everything based on the customer's prompt, or else pre prompt.
Oh man, I think I have like
Yeah.
with the business intelligence side, right? Like I think I have worked on a previous. I've worked on building one of these sustainability platform in one of my organization, and we were working with this intuitive BI layer for the analytics, and we ourselves built this when the GPT 3.5 APS was available. Like we generated code and we were able to generate the dashboard. I thought like that's something straightforward to achieve. So are you saying that that's in the development verge, or it's already seen in the productions
uh,
of the CRM? I think it should, somebody should have cracked it, right? Like because we have already done it in the previous platform, and I have seen many organization that I have worked with, and I have looked at their product. So they are doing that. I mean, not in the CRM, but outside of the context of CRM.
mm, mm. Yeah, I think personally, I haven't seen on production like personally myself, but I believe like
Mm-hmm.
these low code platforms and CRMs are like will be really
Makes sense.
good.
I also have seen in the CRM, like once you said the spoke about that feature only, that hit my head. Like, just I have seen it implemented, and I myself witnessed firsthand implementing such features in outside of the CRM world. But it's surprising that I haven't seen similar features anywhere in the product demonstrations as well, or the product reviews, which is something like a gap, right? Maybe
Yeah,
something to maybe if the developers from CRM vendors are listening to this podcast, you may consider this for your backlog. uh, yeah, something like automatically generating charts for the sales representative and the sales managers. Yeah, maybe like you can ask, can you show me the KPIs of my team members from the region ABC on their sales? If I ask that question, imagine if my CRM can generate me a pie chart showing each of their contribution. Something good, right?
yeah, exactly. That would be like
Hmm.
brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Moving on to the marketing side, like how these features are playing out in the
Uh,
marketing side. I mean, doing the campaigns, specifically the emails, calls, physical campaigns, how this marketing lead generation side is getting benefited from generative AI.
yeah, so marketing, it's like not even not only generative AI, like the traditional AI is also supporting on this, like on the segmentation of customers. So that is
Mm-mm.
also a very high, like a kind of a hot requirement at the moment, and also like marketing content generation. So these Gen AI models are very good and very efficient on generating content, right? So
Yeah,
the customers
I get it.
and the products, yeah.
For example, if you are gonna do an email
Mm.
campaign, that you can generate the email body of what we are
Yeah,
trying to market. Is it like, oh, we can do this quick grammar
yeah,
check, things like that?
content.
Mm-hmm. How interactive they are? Like, do you see that the seamless experience, or still you need to copy the content to a chat window and ask it to generate and copy paste back something like that, or is it well integrated?
It's like at the moment it's like under like development. So like mostly it's like copy and paste the content, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be there like very good seamless experience will be there very soon.
Because one of the challenges I have seen the platforms in trying to integrate the generative AI into their stack, so they miss out this seamless integration piece,
Ex-
uh, where Apple just nailed it, right? Like, I have seen this WWDC, right? So everybody was like doing something with AI. I think Microsoft came up with their Copilot plus PCs or something like that. They have put the specific button, like Copilot button. When you press that, I think it brings up the chat window and everything. Like all the products out there in the market, so they have adapted to this chat window kind of thing. For everything, they go into a chat window and ask for a question or do anything, and they do the marketing out of it. Whereas last time looking at the WWDC, when they introduced iOS 18, they call it Apple Intelligence. So these are well integrated into each and every softwares of the Apple ecosystem, like iMessage to video calls to everything is well integrated. The features themselves reflect what has to be done rather than AI
yeah,
chatbot or conversational AI overtaking or taking the upper hand. I think that is
yeah,
something a missing piece everywhere, I would say, not only in CRM, I think, right? Because most of the platforms like want us to redirect to a chat window at the end of the day. I think that's the case. But
I believe with the
go
I
on, go
believe
on.
with like rapid development and everything, we will be very much like very soon we'll be able to see most of the platforms like with having good user experience on those. Because rapidly developing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the market has been busy with catching up with the competition, introducing chatbot and all this. Now only they are starting to thinking about integrated experience, maybe. Yeah. So, other than the content generation, right? So, what else we can do with marketing? Like you said, like there should be some traditional machine learning algorithms, like clustering, segmentation, and all those. Apart from that, right? Generative AI, like specifically about large language model, are they doing anything with large language model other than the content generation? Content generation is a good thing, though. But other than that, are they doing anything for the lead generation kind of things?
Mm, I personally haven't got
Or any
any experience on that aspects, but yeah, I haven't seen anything on that actually.
okay.
Yeah, that would be a good area to like explore also, like for now some new solutions. Yeah.
So, yeah, because most of the like more than 50% of the customers of CRM platforms out there have reported that they feel the marketing modules of the CRM is what uh, needs more impressive features and the assistance from the generative. I don't know what's the reason. Maybe like they find the tools and the technologies for the marketing uh, is fairly less compared to some well optimized sales kits such as HubSpot and all those. Maybe CRM lacks a bit on the marketing side. CRM need to catch up in general as a marketing, I suppose. Uh, yeah, maybe a generative AI could help.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think yeah, it was good chat. I think about generative AI and the CRM. How generative AI has been, influencing the CRM world. Yeah, curious to see what's coming down the line. So let's wait and see what the
Yeah.
market brings us. Yeah, so nice having a chat today
Yeah.
about this. I think we have spoke uh, very good amount of time about CRM, and I hope audience will find it interesting. So with that, signing off for now. Let's meet on another episode. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. See you.